It's the Edomite. Can I talk to you? What's really good? Can't understand my dialect because I'm from the hood, raised in the ghetto. Dirty and filthy metropolitan. I ain't got time for racist politics. You think you're full of it, deceiving, creating these myths. God hates you too. I done got to the bottom of it. And what I found was you at the bottom. Lies, fake stories, trying to take Jesus' glory. Read Obadiah, you better be really worried. We the real Jews, real kings. Kneel before me. My brothers, the 12 tribes, we done died, we done cried and sacrificed all our very lives. Brainwashing and whitewashing is your object. Using us against each other is how you profit. Red stands for power, aggression, and shame. You ain't white, you lying all the way down to your graves.
Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Give me the pistol. Who's the game?
Guess what I saw? Somebody that hated Esau. Christians lying trying to say he died for us all. Matthew chapter 15 verse 24. House of Israel's only one that he adores. He ain't died for no help, he ain't died for no wealth, but unto Israel he died, not nobody else. Let the ignorant be ignorant. If they don't want to accept the truth, let them all deal with it. Foolish and sottish, religion is all garbage. Esau his soul, he sold it for the pottage. Our people, they stupid, they swear they kicking knowledge. Look at what we've become, crimes in the projects. Our history, slavery predicted by the prophets. Israel must unify to get us out this bondage. No longer blind to the lies that they kick, praising the Most High, living all the laws that he brings with
honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Give me the pistol. Who's the game?
Hey, look, man, y'all need to be louder, man.
He is a
For real, though.
and he
Be louder than that damn Edomite. Y'all got everybody over here looking at y'all. We the Israelites.
he is guilty
The
of
greatest thing to walk this planet Earth. Who am I?
An Israelite.
Who am I?
An Israelite.
Let them know that we was here.
Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. Honor, glory, redemption. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Give me the pistol. Who's the game?
Shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down, yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
Best believe we ain't gon' play with you. We the prophets of the Most High. We out in these streets with these scriptures. We preach and teach, repent or die. I ain't give it up for nobody. Not my mother, not my father, not even my wife. No Bible told me be strong in the Lord. I'm at camp full battle mode, yelling that's right. I ain't never been weak, nope, not my type. Got war wounds, Bible bruise, still my fight. Got my own issues, Lord make the way light. While I swing my sword at Esau's life. This is my time, so I got to do right. Do it to the end, and the price is my life. Do all I can do and do all for Christ. He gave me my lamp, and my lamp gon' shine bright in the day and the night. If you ain't trying to hit, cool. Your boy Esau, he gon' get this too. Read a couple prophecies about him falling real soon. Isaiah 14 on his tomb, but we out here for you, the biblical Jews. Blacks and Hispanics and Indians too. Bringing out the Bible, cause the Bible be the proof. There's a war going on and our weapons the truth. We trust that.
We gon' shut this down.
IUIC in your town. That's right. Couple hundred boots on the ground. When you hear that war cry, don't be scared of the sound. Prophets are back that they cannot confound. Children of Israel's identity found. trust in the Lord will not let down. Pray to the east, it can't cry loud and know that.
Shut this down.
That's right.
We gon' shut this down. 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 Yeah. We gon' shut this down. 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 Yeah. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
We gon' shut this down. Yeah, we gon' shut it down. When them Israelites come to your town, in your city, in the streets, yeah, you know boys going down. And you don't want this battle, boy. No, I'm telling you don't want this battle, boy. Got Christ in attendance who's dwelling within it, so them lies that you teach ain't gon' get handled, boy. But let's change gears for a second. From the tribe of Judah, so you know our brother reppin'. Sabbath day relaxing, brother pass at 11. Got them fragrances in Murray, you know you smell the fragrance. Got my Bible by my side. Bishop going in, so you know I'm gon' scribe. All my brothers with me making up the 12 tribes. Got a brother in the spirit, you can't kill my vibe. And oh, I just can't wait until we see them gates. 144 standing strong, oh Lord's will, I'm up in the place. So I'ma stay up on the path, cause keeping these laws is the answer. Oh, in the space of an hour, the Lord gon' give the other nations for our ransom. Oh, so to hell with your emotions. Righteous seed we provoking, using the words that's spoken from Revelation to the book of Moses. Oh, yeah, we gon' shut it down. Yeah, we gon' shut it down. Yeah, he gon' shut it down. Make it way for the chosen.
We gon' shut this down. 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 We gon' shut this down.
Go yeah, backs full with dead presidents. I'm way too high, I can't hear what you said. Yeah, the whip I red, bitch I'm sippin' red, Glide with the switch go speed, the FN flutis know that red. Sounds like a nigga like gunplay, might ready to stick to a runway, I do it light in my own way, I don't even care what they gon' say, nah, I don't even care what they gon' say about it, she don't, you know, heads, she gon' face about it, rest that rubber pants, I don't dance, nigga, yeah, rest out the rubber bands, put in the trance, nigga, yeah, watch how I do this shit, watch how I do this shit, watch how you ride it, watch how you ride it, watch how I pop it, watch how I pop my shit, watch how I pop it, watch how I pop my shit, watch how I freeze my wrist up, look it's icy, watch how I ice my bitch up, that shit rocky, yeah, I go all the way up, I'm no Rocky, yeah, they do all this shit dry, they not saucy, nah, she say she want breakfast, I gave her sausage, yeah, they say they want swag, I shifted up, ain't bought this, go yeah, backs full with dead presidents, I'm way too high, I can't hear what you said, yeah, the whip I red, bitch I'm sippin' red, Glide with the switch go speed, the FN flutis know that red, sounds like a nigga like gunplay, might ready to stick to a runway, I do it light in my own way, I don't even care what they gon' niggas members, we all about it. What you mean? I ain't with no bitches that ain't about it. What you mean? What I'm sipping, it ain't clean. What I'm popping, this some shit, I mean. I'm breaking the back, yeah, when I'm fucking this bitch, I'm breaking her spleen. I don't got a stylist, nah, I don't got a stylist. What you mean? Most my clothes Italian, yeah, I'm super stylish, bitch, I'm clean. Yeah, just check my face, bitch, I'm fresh, you cover a magazine. I think I'm done with press, I ain't tryna be seen. I'm on the way to the bank, tryna catch a check, and I don't need a receipt. Go yeah, box full with dead presidents. I'm way too high, I get healed, what you said. Yeah, the whip I red, bitch, I'm sippin' red. Glide with a switch, go spin. The FN flu test, know that red. Sounds like a nigga like gunplay. Might ready to stick to a runway. I do a lot in my own way. I don't even care what they gon' say. I don't even care what they gon' say about it. She don't, you know, heads, she gon' face about it.
I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I want all my enemies to bow down before me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I wanna be famous, I wanna be blameless. Wisdom just like Solomon, righteous just like David. Riding in my chariot, I'm tryna rule them all. Sending letters across the world to all my brothers just like Paul. Mess with Israel, now you fall. Glorious through the Most High. They put a chain on us, now it's time for Israel to ride. Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the new beginning. Now we coming hard and it's time to finish. I wanna be famous, righteous just like David. Wisdom just like Solomon, riding in my chariot. Telling all these nations, prepare for their slaughter. For all the things they did to us, to Christ they have the answer. I wanna be famous, I wanna be blameless. Wisdom just like Solomon, cruising in my chariot. I wanna be famous, I wanna be blameless. Wisdom just like Solomon, righteous just like David. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I want all my enemies to bow down before me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me.
Hold up, what that brother say? You's a done daughter. Tell me who's the father.
Yahweh, huh?
Yada. Slap you like 3 times, but 2 strikes you out. Unbutton you like Levi's, you loose. Now bounce. There's your 501c3 I give you later. Gave him up to Satan, ain't no way that I could save him. Return to his vomit, sopping it up like gravy with his biscuit of choice. S-I-N was the choice. Of course, when it comes to correction, rebuke his own deck again. Boundaries overstepping, can't stand the message in the lesson. So we up jumped, then left again, leaving like Peter. Believe it to the prophets to make you a stronger believer. Show you how you went wrong, what you did is on recall. Bring it to remembrance so you don't do it again. With love, patience, and temperance, wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12. Left the straight gate and chose the white gate to hell. Oh well, we only waiting for the famous to be sealed.
I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I want all my enemies to bow down before me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me.
I wanna be famous. My name good as stainless. I'ma make it in them gates of heaven if I'm blameless. Death is what you get and keep on sinning, that's your payment. Blacks, Hispanics, natives, we the greatest nation he created. And if you think that's racist, you a heathen or a pagan. This ain't Christianity, boy, you got us mistaken. We're from Deacon Bacon, all them Sabbaths he be breaking. He ain't got no breath of life, and his spirit suffocating. Repent and drop the sin so you can make it. Building up an army in these heathens' faces. Yeah, the kingdom made for us and we gon' take it. And the nation's gonna slave ships to their places. Man, I wanna be
famous and the most eyes on me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I want all my enemies to bow down before me. I wanna be famous and the most eyes on me. I just wanna.
You observing the kingdom, you think you can see when it's coming. It's building, it starts from within you. And the sound with a roar and the thunder, we add into bone with the flesh and the sinew. Blow the breath upon you, purging all the evil. Beckon to the people till they get their leaders. Slaying all the eagles till the fall of Edom. And no, we ain't write it, just call it and read it. You sin on the front, we just say what we seeing. We only out seeking the chosen of Isaac. Isaiah and light, you ain't think that we see us? Putting in work like they just didn't see us? They give us credit on none of our labors. And they'll be trembling with terrible fear when they witness the strangeness of our salvation.
Gotta put our work in Israel. The kingdom won't come by observation. Gotta get us out of this hell. We must rise up, our nation. Don't you know that the kingdom's within you? The kingdom's within you. Don't you know that the kingdom's within you? The kingdom's within you.
I wrestle, contend with the struggle. The flesh against spirit, conflict with each other. Get weary, cause clearly my flesh trying to kill me. I'm screaming for help, but it seems no one hears me. Frustration, tribulation, lacerating my spirit. Whole armor equipped with much study. I get it if you come to serve the Lord. Prepare for temptation. If not, Satan is waiting to devour. Like a ravenous wolf, hit quick like a red rag to a bull. Since this evil bull has the mind of a fool. When trials come, think it not strange. When you going through things, remember there's an escape. Fleeing from sin like the serpent that slithers. Abstain from the sin that's within us. Deliver through scriptures. Thorns that buffet, Christ's grace is sufficient.
Gotta put our work in Israel. The kingdom won't come by observation. Gotta get us out of this hell. We must rise up, our nation. Don't you know that the kingdom's within you? The kingdom's within you. Don't you know that the kingdom's within you? The kingdom's within you.
Yeah, Many, yeah. See, now you've been glorifying the struggle, but still wondering why. You a victim of brutality, drugs, and suicide. Freezers laden with them organs, you that's classified. And FBI informants in the mix when you try to rise. Now I told you that many here, but just a few gon' listen. Brothers claiming that they deep, but they lack comprehension. It ain't about all the cars, clothes, that's gimmicks. Money and false religion. Bang, now you in prison. Smoke screen, you a victim. See, we the chosen people of God, the blessings hit you first. But you transgressed against your God, now the roles in reverse. And you been trying to find your way, but the vision is blurred. And you can't help but hit that blunt to mask the pain and hurt. The whole world's against us, they don't wanna see you rise. If you come back to your heritage, then it's their demise. The pain, I push, repent, I fight. I love my own, for mine, I fight. Yeah.
You never love no more. No love, no love. Yeah, you never set it free. The time has come. Hey, look. Because of iniquity, the love of many shall wax cold. Just like it says in Matthew chapter 24. Deuteronomy 28 verse 54. That tender brother sees his brother as another foe. Woe unto the wicked, this predicament is we sinning. We kill each other over nothing, we forgot the mission. And must I mention the discord among us has sown tension, enough to break the unity. So many eulogies, we don't see Christ in brothers. So many crying mothers, we make orphans of avengers and make widows of our sisters. Confederate against our own people. That evil lie, so full of hatred that we never see the bigger picture. Evil communication so rampant in our nation. The media and music perpetuates all the hatred. Leviticus 19 and 17 is the very reason why we need Psalms 133. Yeah.
Tell me what I gotta do to get right. I just wanna get the king. Everything in this world, yeah, it seems right. But seeing is misleading. Man, I'm hoping that our people, they can see the light. Cause the Lord's gonna redeem us. Wake up, yes, all you Israelites.
Used to be a time when I was lost in the sauce. Now I'm in the truth, pushing demons off. Isaiah 6 and 9, they got eyes but they blind. Romans 13:11, think they running out of time. Calling out scripts just to say what's on my mind. Precept or precept, works every time. It used to be a time I couldn't rap like this, but now I'm in the truth, that's why I rap like this. I was down in Memphis yelling whoop that trick. Now I understand now, you can't kick against the brick. Knowing it's the truth, so I made that switch. Critical condition, yeah, I need that fix. Spiritual healing, yeah, I need them scripts. Staying out the streets so my mind don't flip. You could do the same if you made that change. That I get rearranged to a whole new man. Now I'm understanding prophecy with Captain Osiah. Listening to music like Babylon on fire. Waiting on the vision and Obadiah. Cause Christ our King, the Black Messiah. Now I'm understanding prophecy with Captain Osiah. Listening to music like Babylon on fire. Waiting on the vision and Obadiah. Cause Christ our King, the Black Messiah.
Tell me what I gotta do to get right. I just wanna get the kingdom. Everything in this world, yeah, it seems right. But seeing is misleading. Man, I'm hoping that our people, they can see the light. Cause the Lord's gonna redeem us. Wake up, yes, all you Israelites. If you wanna
Gonna be like a lion run for my prey. First Maccabees 3 and 4, we gonna have our way. Constantly thinking about the kingdom, we gon' shut it down. When the Messiah come, boom in the background. Fire all around, all around. Babylon is burning down. Ready, aim, fire, attack, attack. It's a rising up strength coming from the heavens. We fight for our lives and our laws ain't scared of nothing. Multitude of the heathen, we ain't never fear. When them trumpets sound, they gon' try to disappear. Yeah, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Can't wait until the day I Obadiah, verse 1 and 9. Can't forget about 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. End of the world, Jacob coming right behind.
Tell me what I gotta do to get right. I just wanna get the kingdom. Everything in this world, yeah, it seems right, but seeing is misleading. Man, I'm hoping that our people, they can see the light, cause the Lord's gonna redeem us. Wake up, yes, all you Israelites. If you wanna get the king, I done failed that so much, even my bones is aching. And it's truth, dog, ain't no faking till you make it. You either serve the most high, you are sane or Satan. Better open up the book, the chapter 5 of Galatians. Making hate to keep the laws, no more hesitation. Teaching you through my acts, that's my demonstration. You putting sin with sin, what's that multiple Satans? I'm trying to read it out my life. Mortification, Colossians 3 verse 5, that's your explanation. Matthew chapter 25, that's my destination. When my name got called, it was no more vacancies. Trying to right all my wrong with the pages he giving me, like my life is on the line and it's auto-correcting me, going step by step. But check my trajectory, I'm in this truth now, so I know who's really blessing me. You don't know me like that, I'm not the man that I used to be. Now my fruits met my tree, cause these works that you can see ain't no talking, see, crowded like I said, see Pharisee, Hebrews 6 and 12, here the promise made for you and me. Romans 9, 3, 4, 5 is advantage, you gotta see, no, you can't redeem the time, so a man you ought to be. Deuteronomy 10 and 12 is required of thee. Life in deficit before you, so you better choose wisely. Life in deficit before you, so you better choose wisely. Tell me what I gotta do to get right. I just wanna get the kingdom. Everything in this world, yeah, it seems right, but seeing is misleading. Man, I'm hoping that our people, they can see the light, cause the Lord's gonna redeem us. Wake up, yes, all you Israelites. If you wanna get the kingdom, 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 you wanna get the kingdom.
I just like the sound of it.
Books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalm, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations.
All right, Shalom Israel, Shalom Israel, peace, peace, peace. Hope everybody's doing good. Happy Feast of Dedication. It is your brother Saint Micah, or rather it's me, brother Micah. Just here to do a bit of a reading, right? Of the account of Judah Maccabeus and his brothers rededicating, the temple to the Most High, right? it's important as we keep the Feast of Dedication to understand what the Feast of Dedication means. And by going through these chapters, we'll be able to do so, right? So without further ado, let's just get right into it.
Abominable. Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 4. Actions.
All right, so
1 Samuel chapter 2 and
let's go to 1 Kings 8. First Kings 8 from verse 1, it says, well, before I go into that, I want to explain a couple of things. Number one, when the Most High ordained his various feasts in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, the Feast of Dedication was not one of the ordained feasts, right, of the Most High. And the Most High says later on in the scriptures, I hate your feasts, right? Let's go there, right? So which feast was he talking about that he hated? Well, he couldn't be talking about the feasts that we ordained as Israelites, because Yahweh Shai, who the world erroneously calls Jesus Christ, kept the Feast of Dedication, which we, the Israelite people, ordained, right? So when the Most High says, I hate your feasts, he's talking about things like Christmas, which is going on around this season, Thanksgiving, Easter, all these feasts made up by the heathen, saying that it's in honor of him and his son, but really it's in honor of Satan, right? You know, in his various forms and by his various names, right? You know, Jesus Christ, that's one of the names of Satan, right? That's literally the name of the image of the beast, right? Yes, Prophet Muhammad, that's one of the names of Satan. You know, Saturn, that's one of the names of Satan. Baal-zebub, Beelzebub, that's one of the names of Satan. Baal, Moloch, Krishna, Vishnu, he has many names, you know, the Sagittarius, Scorpio, you know, he has many names, right? But it all goes back to the same spiritual demon that requires the sacrifice of children, right? So anyway, those are the feast days that the Most High hates. And I'll just read here in Amos 5 from verse 21. It says, I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts, right? When you offer me burnt offerings, what's that? The pig, you know, and all these things that they offer for Christmas and all these holidays, the turkey. God don't want to see those things, right? Your meat offerings, your burnt offerings, he said, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. So you can kill as many animals you want and pray all the prayers you want and say it's in the name of the Most High. But he's like, I don't even regard these things. To me, it didn't even happen, you know? It says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. So these Christmas carols, he called them noise. You understand what I'm saying? For I will not hear the melody of thy viols. Let me read a couple more verses because I think there's a couple more good pieces in there. 24 says, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Okay, so the Most High says that I don't want nothing to do with your festivities, but I'm gonna bring down judgment upon you, right? And righteousness is gonna run down as well as a mighty stream. This Feast of Dedication is the righteousness running down during this time of year as a mighty stream. The war in Ukraine is the judgment upon the earth in this time, running down as waters. The war in Israel is the judgment running down upon the earth as waters in this time. The climate change, right, and all these unprecedented activities in the world, those are the judgments running down as a mighty stream, even as righteousness, running down as waters, sorry, even as righteousness runs down as a mighty stream. So you got to choose a side. You want the judgments, the judgments as the waters, or you want the righteousness as a mighty stream. You got to choose, right? And here's why, here's why I say at the end of the day, all we're doing is worshiping Satan when we don't keep the Most High feasts. 25 and 26. Have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But you have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and tune your images, and both these represent Saturn, which is Satan, the star of your God, right? Which you made to yourselves. Therefore, what's God gonna do? I will cause you to go into captivity. That's slavery. So for worshiping Satan, the Most High send you into captivity. Saith Yahweh, whose name is the God or the master or the ruler. It says here of hosts, but really it's of armies. Okay, Amos 5, interlinear, right? Amos 5, let's see, who's the God? It says here of hosts, right? Watch that in the translation, but really it says army. The Most High is the God of armies, the God of war, the God of warfare. All right, Brown Driver Briggs confirms that. Okay, army. All right, he's the God of army, organized for war, here in 1A, and so on and so forth. Okay. All right, great. Let's go down here to 26 again. If Amos 5, I wanted. Or did I leave that? I did. Amos 5:26. You have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and tune your images, the star of your God which you have made to yourselves, the star of your God which you have made to yourselves. And I will never stop hammering down at this star that Israel keeps putting on their clothes, saying that it's the Star of David, right? Is nothing more than this star that the Most High keeps talking about. All right, this is not the Star of David. David didn't have a star. The only star the Most High mentions, two stars in the Bible: Yahushai, the bright and morning star. Okay, three: Satan, the one who pretends to be the bright and morning star, and then he mentioned the star of Moloch. Okay, the star of a god that Israel made to themselves. So who's this Moloch and Tune? Let's just look here real quick. The translation says Moloch and Tune. Let's see here. But when you look into the meaning, that's the word tabernacle, that's Sekuth. Okay. Molech, a heathen god to whom Israel sacrificed children. Brothers and sisters, see that? A heathen god to whom they sacrifice children. What is this Christmas season all about? It's all about sacrificing your children on the spiritual altar. Now, actual children get sacrificed around this time as well, right? In their secret meetings and their blood feasts, which the scriptures talk about. But you, the commoner, you are sacrificing your children to Satan on a spiritual level, right? It says here from Molech, the chief deity of the Ammonites. All right. Where is, I'm looking for something here. Let's go into Tune. I believe that's where it is. Again, a heathen god. Proper name of deity, probably Assyrian Kaivanu. Planet Saturn. Okay, so in ancient times, 750 BC, when Amos was around, Israel was already worshiping Saturn, right? And as we did in our studies before, when you look at, the Christmas is Evil lesson that I did, part 1 and 2, you learn that Saturn is really just Satan, right? And it's not that hard to understand. There's only one true God. So any other God you worship, is Satan, because God gave Satan the world to rule. You understand? So that anyone not worshiping him would automatically fall under the dominion of the spiritual demon Satan, right? Represented by the so-called white man on earth, who is really the red man, right? And our brother who the Most High hates, okay? From Kyun, properly a statue idol, but used by euphemism for some heathen deities, perhaps corresponding to Priapus or Baal Peor. Okay. All right. And we can go, just further and further. But again, the long and short of it is that this is devil worship, right? Meaning false worship. The worship of lies and liars and a lying thing, right? Let's bring out this precept. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 18, it says, "What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and the teacher of lies." See, this is what we're talking about when we talk about devil worship. It's lies, right? The worship of lies. Teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein. To make what? Dumb idols. Okay. Let's look at the meaning of the word devil. Okay. In Christian or Jewish belief, the chief evil spirit, Satan, that's partly true, right? A very wicked or cruel person, that's what you want. Mischievous, clever or self-willed person, nope. Where's the ancient meaning or the etymology? Origin, Old English, diabolos, accuser, all right, this is what we want. Slanderer, okay? A slanderer is a person that's lying against you in order to cause you to fall out of favor. You see that? So, a devil is a liar, a teacher of lies, a slanderer. Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right. Let's go back to First Kings. All right. So during the Feast of Dedication, we're gonna read this account here of our ancestors cleansing the temple from the Edomites, okay, the so-called Greeks, okay, and rededicating the temple, all right, and then Christ keeping that feast, okay. So here's where the temple was first dedicated, 1 Kings chapter 8. I'll read a little bit of this, then we'll move on. It says, "Then Solomon assembled the elders of Israel and all the heads of the tribes, the chief of the fathers of the children of Israel, unto King Solomon in Jerusalem," right? So King Solomon brings in all the leaders of the tribes, okay? "That they might bring up the ark of the covenant of Yahweh out of the city of David, which is Zion. And all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto King Solomon at the feast in the month Ethanim, which is in the 7th month." So there, you know the name of the 7th month, okay? It's Ethanim. Okay, and all the elders of Israel came, and the priests took up the ark. And they brought up the ark of Yahweh and the tabernacle of the congregation, and all the holy vessels that were in the tabernacle. Even those did the priests and the Levites bring up. And King Solomon and all the congregation of Israel that were assembled unto him were with him before, meaning in front of, the ark, doing what? Sacrificing sheep and oxen that could not be told nor numbered for multitude. And the priest brought in the ark of the covenant of Yahweh unto his place, into the oracle of the house. Okay, so they brought the ark of the covenant of the Most High, which is this thing, right? This is not exactly how it looked, but this is what they're talking about when they talk about the ark of the covenant. Okay, it's a structure, a box, a chest that the Most High had us build with two angels over it. The angels would never have looked like this. Okay, the angels are so-called Negro looking. Okay. And they stand up mightily with their wings outstretched. They don't kneel down and clasp their hands praying to one another. All right. But anyway, this is the Ark of the Covenant, or a representation of what the Ark of the Covenant was. All right. Going back here. The priest brought the Ark of the Covenant of Yahweh unto his place, into the oracle of the house. The oracle of the house is the most holy place, okay, where only the high priest could go once a year, all right? And he had to offer a pure sacrifice in order to go in there. I believe it was a lamb. To the most holy place, okay, into the oracle of the house, it backs me up right away, to the most holy place, even where under the wings of the cherubims. All right. Why does it say that? Because in the temple, two cherubims or angels were on the walls, right? On the left and on the right. Their wings touched right in the middle, and under was the Ark of the Covenant. Okay. For the cherubim spread forth their two wings over the place of the ark, and the cherubims covered the ark and the staves thereof above. And they drew out staves, at the ends of the staves were seen out in the holy place before the oracle, in front of the oracle. Okay. So they pulled out the these two. Let's get a better representation here. They pull out these two staffs, this staff here and that staff there. Okay, see if I can. They don't have the staffs in this one. Okay, that's not bad. Let's open this. Oops. All right, they pulled out these two staffs, okay? Right? They drew out the staves, at the end of the staves and the end of the staves was seen out in the holy place. So from inside the most holy place, they pulled out the two staffs so that you could see it in the holy place. Okay, so the holy place is, before you go into the most holy place, you have to pass through the holy place. So they pulled the two handles out of the most holy place so you could see the handles in the holy place, all right? They drew out the staves, that the ends of the staves were seen out in the holy place before, meaning in front of the oracle. And they were not seen outside, without, right, which is outside. And there they are unto this day, unto that particular day he was talking about. There was nothing in the ark save, meaning except, the two tables of stone. So this is what's in the chest. The two tablets of stone, which Moses put there at Horeb. Okay, these are the two tablets of stone which had the commandments written on them, back and front, when Yahweh made the covenant with the children of Israel when they came out of the land of Egypt. Okay, so that was all that was in the chest. It came to pass when the priests would come out of the holy place, that the cloud filled the house of Yahweh, so that the priest could not stand to minister because of the cloud. For the glory of Yahweh had filled the house of Yahweh. Watch this. Then spoke Solomon. Yahweh said that he would dwell in the thick darkness. You heard that? A cloud filled the house of Yahweh. The priest couldn't even stand up to minister because of the cloud, right? Because the glory of Yahweh had filled the house, the tabernacle. And then Solomon spoke and said, Yahweh said that he would dwell in the thick darkness. I have surely built thee a house to dwell in, a settled place for thee to abide in forever. And the king turned his face about, meaning around, and blessed all the congregation of Israel. So he turned around and he bowed down before the whole congregation of Israel. This is the king. Notice the difference, right? In the heathen world, we bow down to the king and that's it. But here, as the king is about to bless the temple, he bows down to the entire congregation. What's that a symbol of? Servitude, right? The king is a servant. That's why Yahweh Shai came meek as a servant, right? And all the congregation of the children of Israel did what? They stood out of respect. And he said, blessed be Yahweh God of the whole world? No, God of Israel, which spoke with his mouth unto David my father, and have with his hand filled it, saying, since the day that I brought forth my people Israel out of Egypt, I chose no city out of all the tribes of Israel to build an house, that my name might be therein. But I chose David to be over my people Israel. Okay? And it was in the heart of David my father to build an house for the name of Yahweh God of Israel. And Yahweh said unto David my father, whereas it was in thy heart to build an house unto my name, thou didst well that it was in thy heart. So God said to David, yes, it's good that you want to build me a house, but nevertheless, thou shalt not build the house, but thy son that shall come forth out of thy loins, he shall build the house unto my name. And Yahweh have performed his word that he spoke. And I am risen up in the room of David my father, and sit on the throne of Israel, as Yahweh promised, and have built an house for the name of Yahweh, the God of Israel. And I have set there a place for the ark, wherein is the covenant of Yahweh. So he said, hey, listen, I built a house, I built a temple for the Most High, and I put the ark in the temple. Wherein is the covenant of Yahweh, which he made with our fathers. The covenant he made with our fathers, not with the whole world, brothers and sisters, when he brought them out of the land of Egypt. And Solomon stood before the altar of Yahweh in the presence of all the congregation of Israel, and spread forth his hands towards heaven. He didn't join his hands. He spread forth his hands toward heaven. And he said, Yahweh, God of Israel, there is no God like thee, in heaven above or in earth beneath, who keepest covenant and mercy with thy servants that walk before thee with all their heart. Who the Most High keep covenant and mercy with? His servants that walk before him half-heartedly? No, with all their heart, meaning all their mind, right? Meaning they put their full effort into walking with God. That's who he keeps mercy and covenant with and blessings with. Who has kept with thy servant my father, that thou promised him, thou spakest also with thy mouth, and hast fulfilled it with thine hand, as it is this day. Therefore now, Yahweh Elohim of Israel, that means God or ruler of Israel, keep with thy servant David my father, that thou promisest him, saying, there shall not fail thee a man in my sight to sit on the throne of Israel, so that thy children take heed to their way, that they walk before me as thou hast walked before me. Right? And now, O God of Israel, let thy word, I pray thee, be verified, which thou spakest unto thy servant David my father. But will God indeed dwell on earth? See that? Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. See that? So the heavens, space, the heaven of heavens, the heaven itself, where the Most High dwell, cannot contain him. How much less this house that I have built it, right? So the man is saying, hey, listen, I know God's not gonna live in no house that a man built with his hands, because the whole universe cannot contain the Most High, right? Yet have thou respect unto the prayer of thy servant, see that? And his supplication. O Yahweh my God, to hearken, meaning listen, unto the cry and the prayer which thy servant prayeth before thee, that thine eyes may be open toward this house night and day, even toward the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there. So what is God there? No, the name of the Most High is there in that temple, right? That thou mayest hearken, that is listen, unto the prayer which thy servant shall make toward this place. So you see the purpose of this house, this temple, that thou mayest hearken, so that the Most High might listen unto the prayer which his servants make towards the place. That's why the temple is there. That's why Solomon dedicated the temple in this particular way, spreading forth his hands towards heaven and praying to the Most High as an example for what we ought to do, right? And he goes on and speaks on, I'm going to read a little bit of this, then I'm going to hop down, because, you know, we're not going to do a long lesson today, because we got to get ready to go out to the feast, right? but I'll read a little bit of this so you can see why it's so important to pray in this according to this example that Solomon gave, right? It says, "And hearken thou to the supplication of thy servant and of thy people Israel, when they shall pray towards this place." That's when the Most High is gonna listen. When you pray towards Jerusalem, "And hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and when thou hearest, forgive. If any man trespass against his neighbor, and an oath be laid upon him to cause him to swear, and the oath come before thine altar in this house," any altar, no, the altar in this house, in Jerusalem, "then hear thou in heaven, and do, and judge thy servants, condemning the wicked to bring his way upon his head, and justifying the righteous to give him according to his righteousness," right? So Solomon keeps saying, hey, listen, when they pray towards this house, do what they're praying for. And this is really powerful, because I'm going to jump down in a second and show you that even strangers, when they follow the Most High, if they pray towards Jerusalem, the Most High will hear them if they are sincerely following him with all their heart, right? It says, "When thy people Israel be smitten down before the enemy, because they have sinned against thee, and shall turn again to thee." When they turn again and confess thy name, this is why it's important to even know the Most High's name, "and pray and make supplication unto thee in this house, then hear thou in heaven and forgive the sin of thy people Israel, and bring them again unto the land which thou givest unto their fathers." You see that? So even when you're being smitten down by the enemy and you make supplication to the Most High in the temple, hey, the Most High will hear you. But he's gonna talk about when we leave the land, right? And look back. I think it's in verse 54. Let's see. Nope, that's not 54. Let me see. 46. This is amazing. Where's the stranger one? Because I want to bring that out too. Uh, 41. "Moreover, concerning a stranger that is not of thy people Israel, but cometh out of a far country for thy name's sake, for they shall hear of thy great name, and thy strong hand, thy stretched out arm. And when he shall come and pray towards this house," when a stranger come and pray towards this house, "hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and do according to all that the stranger calleth to thee for, that all people of the earth may know thy name." It's not Jehovah, it's Yahweh. It's not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh. It's not Yahweh, it's Yahweh. It's not God, it's Yahweh. It's not Jesus Christ, it's Yahweh. "To fear thee, as do thy people Israel, that they may know that this house which I have builded is called by thy name." Okay. From 46, watch this. "If they sin against thee," meaning the Israelites, "for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of the enemy, far or near. And they carried us far from our land into the land of the enemy, which we are in today, here in the Americas, here in the West, really, right? Yet if they shall bethink themselves, remember themselves in that land, whether they were carried away, carried captives, and repent, and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying what? We have sinned. So you have to admit that you have sinned and have done perversely, and we have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee half-hearted, no, with all their heart, Because the Most High don't deal with halfway crooks. You understand? You have to come with all your heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land, and pray unto thee toward their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have builded for thy name. Solomon said, then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. Forgive thy people that have sinned against thee, and all their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against thee. Give them compassion before them who carry them captive. So these are all the things that you get. Praying towards Jerusalem. Compassion even before your enemies, that they may have compassion on them, for they be thy people, and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of the land of Egypt, from the midst of the furnace of iron. So who is the Most High people and his inheritance? The people he brought forth out of the land of Egypt, from the midst of the iron furnace, right? That thine eyes may be open unto the supplication of thy servant, and unto the supplication of thy people Israel, to hearken, meaning listen, unto them in all that they call for unto thee. Okay? For thou didst what? Separate them from among all people of the earth, to be thine inheritance, as thou speakest by the hand of Moses, thy servant, when thou broughtest our fathers out of Egypt, O Yahweh, God, right? And it was so that when Solomon had made an end of praying all this prayer and supplication unto Yahweh, he arose from before the altar of Yahweh, from kneeling on his knees, with his hands spread up to heaven. You want to know how to pray? Kneel on your knees, spread your hands towards heaven, facing Jerusalem. Can you sit? Of course you can sit. Can you stand? Of course you can stand. But when you kneel, you prostrate yourself before the Most High and show the utmost respect and love. And he stood and blessed all the congregation of Israel with a loud voice, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, that have given rest unto his people Israel, according to all that he promised. There have not failed one word of all his good promise, which he promised by the hand of Moses, his servant. Yahweh our God be with us, as he was with our fathers. Let him not leave us nor forsake us, that he may incline our hearts, that means our minds, unto him, to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, which he commanded our fathers. And let these my words, wherewith I have made supplication before Yahweh, be nigh unto Yahweh our God, day and night, that he maintain the cause of his servant and the cause of his people Israel at all times, as the matter shall require. That all the people of the earth may know that Yahweh is God, and there is none else, right? Let your heart, that is your mind, therefore be perfect with Yahweh our God, to walk in his statutes, to keep his commandments, as at this day. And the king and all Israel with him offered sacrifice before Yahweh. See that? And Solomon offered a sacrifice of peace offerings, which he offered unto Yahweh, 22,000 oxen. This is what the temple was dedicated with. And 120,000 sheep. Well, it was dedicated from before. And these are offerings, right? To finish the dedication. So the king and all the children of Israel did what? Dedicated the house of Yahweh. Right? Right? So this is how they dedicated the house of Yahweh, with sacrifice and prayer and instructions of how to pray. So as we keep this feast of dedication, you dedicate your temple, which is your body, right? Back to the Most High. If you have secret sin, let it go. Repent. You got secret sin, talk to a brother, talk to a sister about it. Cleanse the temple, right? Let the blood of Yahweh shine clean you from all your transgressions, right? And offer spiritual sacrifices to the Most High, right? By keeping his feast, right? Bring out spiritual, because right now, I mean, Yahweh Shai died, who the world calls Christ, died in order to do away with the animal sacrifices for the children of Israel, right? So now what we do is we offer spiritual sacrifices by doing what? Being obedient, right? Because according to, I believe it's 1 Samuel 15:24, disobedience is like witchcraft. That's what the Most High say. Disobedience is as witchcraft and idolatry, right? And you shall not suffer a witch to live, right? So, obedience is the spiritual sacrifice. It always has been, but our people didn't get it. And when Yahweh Shai died for his people on the cross, he put aside the animal sacrifice for the sins of Israel. And now we offer spiritual sacrifices by keeping these feasts and commandments, right? This is the power of Yahweh Shai, right? He also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh only by one way, right? Now here, this translated version of the man's name is not his name, okay? Acceptable to God by Yahweh Shai. His name is Yahweh Shai, Joshua, okay? By Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, okay? Messiah anointed, all right? So we offer spiritual sacrifices in these times. Now, that's when the temple was first dedicated, right? Now, we didn't have a holy day to commemorate the dedication of the temple until around, I think about 200 BC. When did the Maccabees fight the Romans? Yeah, okay, so about 167 to 164 BC, okay, the Maccabean revolt. All right, you can read about that on your own time. Let's see here. You can read about that on your own time. So when did we ordain this particular feast to keep to the Most High? Well, we ordained it about 164 BC, right? When our ancestors saw that the Greeks, don't mind that I just said Romans, the Romans are the Greeks. The Greeks are the children of Esau, all right? Edomites, devils, all right? Let's bring that out. First Maccabees 5:3, right? Right? Look, I love this. The United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, their version of the scripture said, then Judas attacked the Edomites at Acrabatim in Idumea because they were blockading Israel. He dealt them a heavy blow, humbled and despoiled them. He also remembered the malice of the Baanites, etc., etc. But when you read here, in the oh, this is beautiful. When you read here in the King James Apocrypha, it says, then Judas, right? This is what this says. Don't mind this I. This I represented in Latin the Y sound, right? I mean, really, the man's name is Yadas or Yada. Yada, right? But hey, we're speaking English. Then Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arbatim because they besieged Israel, and he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage and took their spoils. Now, out of context, you might be like, well, who's that talking about? Well, when we read the context, which we're going to do here, and you will see who he was fighting, right? And it was the Greeks, the so-called white man, right? But when you go to 1 Maccabees 5:3, it calls them the children of Esau, because that's who they really are. That's the big secret. That's why they removed the Apocrypha from the scriptures, because it exposes who they are. Okay. So let me see here. I'm gonna read here a couple verses, and then we'll probably read the whole of First Maccabees chapter 4, and that'll be it. Okay, so just to give you context, here's what was happening, right? Here's why Judas Maccabeus began fighting against the Greeks, the so-called white man. Verse 1, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, is none other than Alexander the Great. All right, that's who it's talking about. All right, but the Bible is fake, though. The Bible is fake, but we're talking about real people. Okay. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonians, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in instead, the first over Greece. All right, and made many wars. Alexander the Great made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. Let's jump down to 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place, right? So after he died, his servants ruled in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them, many years. So after the Edomites, the Edomite leader Alexander died, and his servants took rulership. All of them put crowns on their heads for many years after them. Now, which so-called white people do you know in this day and age that still have crowns upon their heads, brothers and sisters? Those are the Edomites. Right in front of you. The queen, a damn Edomite. The Russians, Edomites. Right? All these so-called kings and regents and dukes, Edomites. They come directly from Esau. You know? And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And look what God says. And evils were multiplied in the earth. Not added. Multiplied. And it wasn't good. It was evil. Multiplied in the world. When Edomites began to put crowns upon their heads. So we're not making this up. This is what God says. The Edomites, the so-called white man, who is really the red man, the devil and Satan in the flesh, is a multiplier of evil on the earth. All right? I'll read verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes. Read about this guy when you get a chance. He's disgusting. Son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Okay, so this Antiochus, look what he does. We're going to hop down to 20. Is it 15 we want? No, we want 20. From 20 to 24, it says, and after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again into the 143rd year and went up against Israel. So this wicked Edomite, after he took over Egypt, okay, people make us think about Cleopatra, and Cleopatra being a white, so-called white, you know, in the movies, not knowing that Cleopatra was a white woman. Her dad was a Greek. Right? And according to the scriptures, Numbers 1:18, if I remember correctly, you are the pedigree of your father. So Cleopatra was a so-called white woman, right? So simmer down with that, Israel. Yeah, you so-called black people. Simmer down. She wasn't black. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude. So this guy Antiochus coming to kill us. and entered proudly into the sanctuary, took away the gold of the altar, the candlestick of light, all the vessels thereof, and the table of shewbread, and pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crown. He took the crown and the golden ornaments that were in front of the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. So the man robbed us blind. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre. So not only did this Edomite come and rob us blind, he killed a whole bunch of our people, right? And spoke very proudly. Therefore was there great mourning, meaning lamentation, sadness in Israel, in every place where they were. All right. So now when we go to chapter 2, you're going to see that there was a house of brothers in Israel who wouldn't stand for this. Okay. And they began to fight against Esau. We go in 45, I believe, to 48. His name was Mattathias. It says, then Mattathias and his friends went round about and pulled down the altars. And what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, they circumcised valiantly. They pursued also after the proud men, and the work prospered in their hand. So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles. So now these Greeks are called what? Gentiles. And out of the hand of kings. Neither suffered they the sinner. What did the Most High call the so-called white man? The sinner. The sinner. There are sinners all over the place, but the sinner, that's him. All right, to triumph. Now, when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, now have pride and rebuke God and strength, and the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. Now, therefore, my sons, be zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenants of your fathers. All right. And which sons? Let's go up here. Right. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorib from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. And he had 5 sons. Johanan called Cadiz, Simon called Thasi, Judas, who we need to remember, because Judas was the leader of the army that helped us to fight against the Edomites and ordained this day of feast. And Judas, who was called Maccabeus, Eleazar called Avaran, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphas. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, woe is me! Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy? He called the Greek the enemy of the so-called Negro. That's who he is, right? And the sanctuary into the hand of strangers, all right? So as you can see, Mattathias fought against them, and then he died. And told his sons, keep fighting. Now we're going to go to chapter 4. Right? I'm giving you the Coles Notes version here. Right? Let's see what we got here. All right. So we're just going to read all of this so you can see how the feast was ordained. 1 second. All right. So this is Judas Maccabeus fighting against the Greeks, right? It says, then took Georgius 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen, and removed out of the camp by night. All right, Georgius was a general of the Greeks, to the end that he might rush in upon the camp of the Jews and smite them suddenly. So he wanted to kill us, right, in the nighttime. And the men of the fortress were his guides. Now when Judas heard thereof, he himself removed, and the valiant men with him, that he might smite the king's army, which was at Emmaus. While as yet the forces were dispersed from the camp, right? In the mean season came Georgius by night into the camp of Judas. And when he found no man there, he sought them in the mountains For he said, these fellows flee from us. But as soon as it was day, Judah showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men. Remember, Georgias had 5,000. Judah showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men, who nevertheless had neither armor nor sword to their minds. These men had no armor, no sword. 3,000 men, watch this. And they saw the camp of the heathen, that it was strong and well harnessed, and compassed round about with horsemen. And these were expert of war, expert, veteran soldiers. Then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not their multitude, neither be ye afraid of their assault. Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea when Pharaoh pursued them with an army? Now therefore let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure Yahweh will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host, this army, before our face this day. So that all the heathen may know that there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel. Then the strangers lifted up their eyes and saw them coming over against them. These guys are coming to fight expert soldiers without armor and without weapons. Okay, watch this. Wherefore they went out of the camp to battle. But they that were with Judas sounded their trumpets. So they joined the battle, and the heathen, being discomforted, fled into the plain. Howbeit all the hindmost of them, the ones in the back, were slain with the sword. For they pursued them unto Gazera, and unto the plains of Idumea, and Azotus, and Jamnia, so that there were slain of them upon 3,000 men. So the 3,000 guys that came without armor and weapons killed the 3,000 of the 5,000 that came with weapons and armor, right? This done, Judas returned again with his host from pursuing them, and said to the people, be not greedy of the spoil, inasmuch as there is a battle before us. So we haven't killed them all. Don't bother taking spoil, all right? And Georgius and his host, his army, are here by us in the mountain. But stand ye now against our enemies, and overcome them, and after this ye may boldly take the spoils, right? And Judas was yet speaking these words. And as Judas was yet speaking these words, there appeared a part of them looking out of the mountain, who when they perceived that the Jews had put their host to flight and were burning the tents, for the smoke that was seen declared what was done, when therefore they perceived these things, they were so afraid, and seeing also the host, the army of Judas in the plain, ready to fight, they fled everyone into the land of strangers. So they ran. Then Judas returned to spoil the tents, where they got much gold and silver and blue silk and purple of the sea and great riches. Okay. After this, they went home and sung a song of thanksgiving and praised Yahweh in heaven, because it is good, because his mercy endureth forever. Thus Israel had a great deliverance that day. Now all the strangers that had escaped came and told Lysias what had happened. Okay. Lysias is another general. One of the Greeks, who when he heard thereof was confounded. So the man's confused, how the hell did this happen? And discouraged, because neither such things as he would were done unto Israel, because Lysias was trying to eradicate every Israelite from the face of the planet. Nor such things as the king commanded him will come to pass, right? See, the king had sent him to kill all the Jews. To kill all the Jews. The next year, therefore, following, Lysias gathered together 70,000 choice men of foot. That's 60,000, all right? And 5,000 horsemen, that he might subdue them. So the man brought 65,000 soldiers against us the next year. So they came into Idumea. What happened? Lysias and all their soldiers came into Idumea. That's why you read in 1 Maccabees 5:3 that we fought against the children of Esau in Idumea. Okay, so they came into Idumea and pitched their tents at Bethsura, and Judas met them with 10,000 men. Okay, so that's a 1-to-6 odds, or 6-to-1 for the enemy. And when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel, who didst quell the violence of the mighty man by the hand of thy servant David, and givest the host of strangers in the hands of Jonathan, the son of Saul, and his armor bearer. Shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen. So Judah's pray and ask God to confuse them, right? Make them be of no courage, and cause the boldness of their strength to fall away, and let them quake at their destruction, right? Cast them down with the sword of them that love thee, and let all those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving. So they joined the battle, and there was slain of the host of Lysias about 5,000 men. Even before them were they slain. Now when Lysias saw his army put to flight, they only killed 5,000, you know, and the 60,000 start run away. And the manliness of, now when Lysias saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judas's soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die valiantly, he went into Antiochia and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, so he brought more than 60,000 now, he purposed to come again into Judea, right? Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up to do what? Cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. See that? Upon this, so this is where they decide to clean up and to dedicate the temple again, right? Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together and went up unto Mount Zion, right? The whole army, right? And when they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profaned, and the gates burned, and the shrubs growing in the courts as in a forest, or in one of the mountains, yea, the priest's chambers pulled down, they rent their clothes, meaning tear their clothes, and made great lamentation, and cast ashes upon their heads, and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew an alarm with the trumpets, and cried toward heaven. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress, until he had cleansed the sanctuary. So he chose priests of blameless conversation. This is, again, people following the Most High with all their heart and soul and strength, such as had pleasure in the law, who cleansed the sanctuary and bare out the defiled stones into an unclean place. And when they had consulted what to do with the altar of the burnt offerings, which was profaned, because what had happened is that the Greeks had come and made profane sacrifices upon it. Pigs, right, is what I believe. They thought it best to pull down, lest it should be a reproach to them, because the heathen had defiled it. Wherefore, they pulled it down. So they pulled down the altar and laid up the stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place until there should come a prophet to show what should be done with them. Then they took whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former, and made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple, and hallowed the courts, meaning what? Blessed the courts, okay? Made it separate so that not just anyone could go in there. They made also new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlestick, that's the menorah, and the altar of burnt offerings, and of incense, and the table. And upon the altar they burned incense, and the lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted, that they might give light in the temple. Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table, and spread out the veils, and finished all the works which they had begun to make. Now on the 5 and 20th, here we go. Now on the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, which we are in right now, in the 148th year, so 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning, and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it, even in that was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals. So the same day that the heathen profaned it, right, a time after, the very same day, Judas Maccabeus and the rest of the Israelites cleaned it up and dedicated it to Yahweh. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven who had given them good success. So in this 8 days coming, make sure you take some time to worship the Most High. Go in your closet, go for a walk, sing some songs, get close to the Most High, spend some time with the Most High, rededicating your temple to Him. And so they kept the dedication of the altar. How many days? 8 days. And offered burnt offerings with gladness and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise, right? They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed and hanged the doors upon them. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away. Yeah, what you call the Greeks, the heathen. Moreover, Judas and his brethren, here's the important part, with the whole congregation of Israel, ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days, from the 25th day of the month Caslu, with what? Mirth and gladness. So Judas and the whole congregation of Israel, after this victory over the Edomites, ordained that we should keep this year after year for 8 days with what? Mirth and gladness. So the next 8 days for you is supposed to be no headache. Yeah, if you have problems, don't worry about your problems. Drink some wine. Link up with a brother, with brothers and sisters. You understand? Have fun, right? It's a time of celebration and joy, right? And at that time, also, they builded up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about. I'm going to read that again. And at that time, also, they built up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down as they had done before. Now, we read who tread down the temple before. And that was the Greek. So they built up walls to make sure the Greek couldn't come in and trample the temple and steal our things again and make a great massacre again. And they set there a garrison, okay, that's a barracks with soldiers to keep it, and fortified Bethsura to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea, right? And there's even further evidence. Where's Idumea? Idumea, see there? Right there, tell you, Edom, okay? And then the scriptures tell you Esau is Edom. Genesis 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in the Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So the secret identity of the so-called white man is that he's an Edomite. The children of Esau, the devil and Satan, pursuant to Daniel 9:26, Revelation 12, verse 1 to 10, and so on and so forth. Habakkuk chapter 2. The whole chapter, really. Obadiah 1, the whole chapter, and so on and so forth. Daniel 8, 18 to 24, right? And so on and so forth. So, this is where we ordain the Feast of Dedication, all right? There in that 4th chapter in the book of Maccabees. And let's go look and see if the Feast of Dedication was kept by anyone important. So during the winter, while the world celebrates Saturnalia, which is what Christmas is, the King, the Messiah, Christ, Yahushua, was keeping the Feast of Dedication. And this is John 10 and verse 22. It says, at that time, the Feast of Dedication took place in Jerusalem. It was winter. All right. The King James says, and it was Let me just go into the chapter. And I want the KJV. And it was at Jerusalem, the Feast of Dedication, and it was winter. And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. So the same temple that we dedicated, Yahushua was chilling there, right? In the winter. Okay. So that's it. That's all I got for you today. I pray and hope to see you guys at the venue there. We'll link up there. We'll spend a couple hours there, and then we'll go to the next venue and do our thing. Come out, let's chill, let's have fun, let's drink some wine, let's talk, Come keep the Feast of Dedication with mirth and gladness, right? And for those of us who are watching who are unable to link up with us, man, just make sure you keep the feast with mirth and gladness. It's for the next 8 days, right? May the Most High bless and keep you, give you peace, and give you strength to keep these commandments so that we may gain life, even life eternal. All right. Thanks for watching. And, for those online, of course, please subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, subscribe to the newsletter because, I don't put this information out there publicly. The Most High said, go disciple the nations, meaning the tribes, right? So I'm not just giving this information to random people. I'm sending it to people who are searching for the Most High, his people principally, and of course, any stranger sincerely searching as well. Of course, excluding the damn devil.